Activity 3 looks at using what's called SmartArt. In this activity, it says on this side of the page you'll be asked to create a hierarchy organizational chart using SmartArt. Now you have the option to make something else, but this is one of the options for you. This is something you're more likely to possibly use in the future, but there are some other good things in there as well. So a couple of requirements here. The following must be included at least 4 different boxes. As you can see, there are 3 shown here. And if I were to scroll down just a little bit, you can see there's a few more. So a hierarchy here shows the order of command, as it says. So for the school district, it would obviously be the superintendent controls basically over everyone. But then you have the high school principal, and then within the high school principal oversees the high school assistant principal. High school activities director might report directly to the superintendent. The elementary principals do the same. Then you have the dean of students reports to the middle school principal. So you can go pretty extensive with this if you need to, in different shape for these boxes, and we'll talk about that. So in a blank document, you're going to go into the Insert tab, and then under the Illustrations group, you're going to click on SmartArt. Now again, the one I said you could do is the hierarchy, but you have the option of choosing a different one if you'd like. Some may be a list, and I know some people do this just to kind of categorize things a little bit, and those are options for you. If you do that, you will need to meet the requirements still of the 4 different boxes or text boxes. If a process, a different cycle, you might see those if you're going to go start from one thing and then you're going to start it over again. And some of these get a little more complicated. So the hierarchy I'm just going to show you here, and again, you're going to kind of all do them the same way in terms of adding and different parts to it. So if I'm just going to click on the first one here, I'm going to hit OK. And basically this is going to come up. Now you're going to see kind of off on the right side here, and you can see part of it's cut off here, but I can have a variety of different types. So if I just click on the button here, and you can have a little bit different design if you so want. You can change the colors as well. This gives it a little bit more character to it as well. And so let's just say we'll stick with the blue. And so if you wanted to do kind of the same thing I did, maybe you want to do something for like your family. And so you could do that as well. But if we wanted to start out as superintendent, and as you can see, the text kind of modifies itself. The next one here, if you wanted to put someone who reports to the superintendent or to this person, you could do that. These people would then report up to them. Now if you wanted to add a box, basically if you just click on one of these boxes, or you could do it over here. So let's say under the superintendent, now you have 2 people that are up on top here. If you wanted to have another person, as you can see, this is a little bit different offset than what these 3 would do. But let's say you wanted to add a 4th one there. That's pretty easily done there. Otherwise, if you just go with the right click on some of these, it makes it a little bit more difficult at times in terms of adding shape. Well, what the heck does adding shape above mean or below? And so you get different things. So if you had a sub person here, so let's say it was a teacher, then you maybe have a paraprofessional here. So it does get a little complicated. But again, you just need to include at least 4, work on changing the colors a little bit, and one of the other things I want you to work on changing the shape. So if I were to click on one of these boxes, I can right click and you can go to what's called either format shape or you could do change shape. The change shape is probably going to be a little bit easier for you, but make sure it's something that's going to at least look halfway decent. And so let's say you wanted to go with the star, but again, make sure that text is readable. So that might have been the best option there, just the fact it gets really small. So let's find something here. Let's go maybe like a little banner type aspect, and you can go ahead and manipulate that color a little bit as well. Here's the fill colors. You wanted to go with something like this, and if you wanted to change the outline, you could do that as well. So again, when you're done, you need to have at least 4 different boxes, and you need to change the shape on these as well. And as we had mentioned before, you do not have to pick the hierarchy. You can pick any of these. If you need any help with that, please just let me know.